Hello, it's Agent 56, aka Cassandra Joan Butler, along with you for the Cosmic Connections, coming to you from the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And good evening, dear friends. We are going to be talking about this wonderful new moon. And, the new moon only happens once a month in a particular sign. Let's see if I can see people as they're coming in. I don't believe I can. Oh, comments. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we have a new moon that took place today. I'm coming to you from Buffalo, New York, by the way, with folks around the world. Good evening, Retta and Ryan and Marianne. Hi, Marianne. You can't believe what's happened to me, Marianne, since I've last seen you, which I will explain. Oh, I'm getting all foggy. Pardon you. Pardon me. Let me just take a sip of water and be here now. All right. Water to you. My dear friends, this is no ordinary new moon. This is a new moon that has Mars attached to it. For the question of the evening, wherever you find 13 degrees of Libra, are you feeling a little rushed? Are you feeling a little urgency? And I'm just going to take the glasses off. I won't be able to see you, but at least I can. You can see me. Are you feeling a little bit on the rush side today with this beautiful new moon? And I love making new moon intentions. For some 30 years, I've been doing new moon intentions with my peeps and my students and my friends and my family, reminding them to set intentions at the new moon. Now, today is no ordinary day because we also have had at 2:39 Eastern Standard Time, Daylight Time, the station direct of our favorite planet, Pluto. So there's a lot of intensity in the room. Good evening, Evelyn. Nothing terrible, Marianne. Hi, Chastity. Hi, Mary. And please let us know where you're chiming in from. Hello, dear Debbie. Nice to see you. Critical degree indeed, Mary. It's great I can see you guys on the chat here. Walden, New York. Wow, that's a gorgeous name, Ryan. I'm not sure where Walden, New York is. So in any case, tonight, like we do every Wednesday evening, we're going to do the Cosmic Connections, connect with you, and have a question of the week. The Yucatan. Yay, Susanna. Hi, Chastity. Got to see you this week. Hello, dear Susan. The question of the week is, and you can share if you like, or not, or let me remind you, make your intentions today, my dear friends, wherever you may be on the globe. I've been working with intentional work for, I guess pretty much 30 years. And they really do work. You work with the moon, you work with the phases, and you often yield more wonderful results. So for all of us, this is entering the solar time of Libra. Libra is about others. Libra is about the ability to balance and connect with others, to share, to have empathy, to put yourself in someone else's shoes. But the opposite energy, because of course, Libra is ruled by Venus. So the opposite energy is fiery Aries-like energy, the grounding sign for Libra. So the ruler of Aries is connected with this new moon. So I call it the fighting for peace, the fighting for balance new moon. So feel free to share any of your intentions. And another trick, it's kind of an obvious trick, a kind of an obvious nugget, but I want to share it with you. When we put together our meditations, our prayers, our intentions for a new moon, when the new moon is in an air sign, I suggest you sit down and you write in your journal. You use words, you use the vibration of ideas, you communicate. And so if you want to communicate here, but don't let the whole enchilada out. There's an old saying in manifestation work, you don't really always want to completely share all of your hopes and dreams. You want to keep some things private. So if you want to share an intention, feel free to do that tonight. Again, this is Agent 56 from the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And you know, what is a Cosmic Intelligence Agency? It's one of the most wonderful groups, communities online and virtually as well, originating from Australia with Julia Simmons. And let me say something about this wonderful organization. Some great, wonderful offerings are coming around the pike. More offerings, more written offerings. I'll keep it at that. And you can become a member. It's we have a great incentive for you. It's 20% off for joining the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Now, that's going to include everything from webinars and written material and articles. And there's a consortium of astrologers around the planet that contribute. I'm just one astrologer of many wonderful astrologers who want to share their expertise with you. And so anyway, today was a very wonderful day for me, but it was very Mars-like, and I did everything not to be Mars-like. Let me explain. So this new moon at 13 degrees, identify where it falls in your chart, please. Identify it, 13 degrees, sun, moon, and Mars connecting together. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to have a very leisurely, nice lunch with some friends. And I did, and they surprised me with some beautiful gifts because it's not my birthday yet, but it's coming around the bend. I'm going to be, crossing a threshold of birthdays at the end of the month. But so they really surprised me. So that was cool. And then I stopped at a friend's house to say hello, and that was very wonderful. And then I get to my home, and I realize that I was driving a different vehicle than my normal vehicle. So I did not have my house keys with me. And my daughter's at work and my son is who knows where. I'm locked out. Another sip of water. You see, I'm really working on this, friends. I'm really working on being calm. And this new moon was in my first house. So at least I'm here. So that was a little snafu. It's not a major thing. And in preparation for seeing you tonight, I really wanted to emphasize the new moon's message using the Sabian symbol, which is a man at high noon is taking a siesta. Sometimes when I speak with you, I get so carried away with the atmosphere in the great room of the great globe that we're all sharing. The increasing, and I don't want to talk about it, but it's ever present in my mind. The increasing mandates and diatribe and difficulty and conflict and people splitting into camps and polarization. At least let's fight. Let's use the Mars energy to fight for balance. Balance. Use the Mars energy to really find ways to find connections with different points of view. So that is my message for you tonight. And then the other message is inherent with the Sabian symbol. We're going to go a lot deeper, of course, with the chart of the new moon. Is that man at high noon taking a siesta. He's been satiated. He's had his lunch. And a siesta is a very common practice, especially among countries that are in the, shall we say, the hotter climates, right? And so a siesta is what you do to rest and digest. And that's the message of this particular Sabian symbol, to find balance through resting and relaxation. So I'm going to quote our ever brilliant Mark Emmon Jones, with my tattered, well-loved, well-used book on Sabian symbols. In the heat of the noon hour, a man takes a siesta. The need for recuperation within the social pattern of everyday activity. At the emotional cultural level, man today is not able to sustain constant activity. There must be rest periods, siestas, coffee breaks, during which the individual withdraws within his own sphere of selfhood. This is the symbol that's emphasizing the need for techniques of relaxation. Now, it happens to be on the banner here. I know we had a new moon meditation with another wonderful agent earlier, but I want to slip a little meditation in there tonight as well because of the meaning of this beautiful and descriptive Sabian symbol of the new moon. Mars is firing up us all to take a break from the rancor, from the sense of feeling helpless, whether that be in your personal life or in the greater picture. All right. So let me say hello to the people who are coming in the room, and please let me know where you are coming in from. Beautiful. Chastity is, oh, thank you for referring to a reading, Chastity. You too, Susanna, you had a busy day and didn't realize the correlation right away, but Spirit has directed you to do that. Beautiful. Thank you, Mary, for you making the reference to my red Mars. You're coming in from Indiana. Wonderful. And Florida, Michelle. And you're an LMT as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. I do massage and healing work as well up here in New York State. So let's go a little bit more deeper. If you're new to the Cosmic Connections, dear friends, we do a little astrology. We do a little connecting. That's why we call it Cosmic Connection. And then I'll be doing some right brain spiritual message work because I'm a medium as well as an astrologer, and I like to share both with you during our time together. And if you want to be into the basket, all you need to do is share this wonderful webcast in process. All right. Inching closer and closer to taking a permanent break from Facebook. Yes, I understand, Beth. Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that feels obligated to make comments, and I will. We're in a Mercury retrograde. What the heck happened to Facebook during the Mercury retrograde? It was all closed down, and the social media, on and on and on and on. Please understand, we humans are living through such an amazing period of history that in so many ways, the only contact some people have is through this artificial, I would even say artificial intelligence avenue whereby we can connect or not. Well, in any case, thank you for sharing, my dear. Thank you for sharing, Donna Lynn, and blessings to you, Paul, and gratitude to you for being here. Thank you, my dear friends. What I would like to do now is talk about the chart. So the chart, 13 degrees of Moon, Sun, and Mars. I think I said a lot about that. And it's making an opposition to Chiron, the wounded healer. And in essence, it's driving home the point that there is a multiplicity of techniques for healing. Now, you can apply that to the crisis at hand, the virus crisis. You can apply that to interpersonal crises. I don't know about you, but I have witnessed in my own life and with my clients and within my family this type of polarization with different types of beliefs concerning how to manage the V. And it makes me very weary. And I think that's the essence of this new moon. Sometimes we just have to step away. We have to focus on our relaxation. With the new moon triggering Chiron, I do believe that we're going to be able to identify, manifest for each of us new ways of interacting with each other. All right, so that's one aspect. Another aspect of this new moon is that it's also trining Ceres, almost exactly Ceres, which is the asteroid concerned with food, clothing, and shelter. That's going to become very ever present on most people's minds as across the globe we are facing more and more system shutdowns and problems with obtaining goods and services. that's becoming more and more prevalent. The fact that Pluto has gone direct, I want to talk about that in just a moment, but a couple more comments. Saturn is now square Vesta, and how I like to interpret the squares, a 90-degree angle between two planets, in my mind, is an incentive and imperative, as it were, to take action, to rebuild some aspect of our lives. Saturn, among its many, many meanings, is discipline and groundedness and action in the world through consistent force. A square is a very Saturnian aspect, and it's up against Vesta, which is our spiritual practices. So the translation of that is that we may be being called with this new moon to take more seriously, Saturnian, our commitment to taking care of our spiritual side of life. Right? So, we all know what we can do to feel better, whether it be nutritionally or with sleep or with exercise, and also with whatever our spiritual practice may be to fill up our cup. So the imperative or the incentive of Saturn squaring Vesta right now, I think is a very strong comment. And then we also have our wonderful Jupiter, and that is squaring Venus. And so we may feel some prickliness with our loved ones and some perhaps worry about economies. So that's another inherent point with this particular new moon. And I think the wild card, of course, is Mercury. Mercury is still retrograde, and Mercury is exactly opposite Black Moon Lilith, using the true designation of Black Moon Lilith, who's conjunct our friend Uranus. So there's this sense of surprise, and I think that was witnessed by the Facebook whistleblower that had her testimony yesterday. What is Black Moon Lilith? A rich symbol like all of the bodies in the heavens. Black Moon Lilith to me is also the whistleblower, the freedom on the fringe, the brave feminist, the fearlessness one, who's often a female. And she's opposite Mercury. So Mercury is the recounting or information being conveyed. So be it as it may, who knows where that will go, but that particular story was coming out within the new moon's time. We also have, let's talk a little bit about Pluto. So please identify also where you find Pluto in your chart. In Capricorn, and that's been the hallmark of the of really the age of the year of transformation. Since the beginning of January of 2020, we've been dealing with the rebuild, the tearing down, the difficulties inherent with the existing social structure, and that continues. And with Pluto going direct today, and with Saturn going direct and within a week, these are very, very rich symbols of what's really going on from the elite's point of view and the social structure of the rebuild, the breakdown to be rebuilt. So hello, Alexis. Hello, Michael. Hello, Judy. And hello, Anthony. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Susanna. And yeah, peace, breathe, and balance. Very, very excellent suggestions here, Susanna, because again, Libra is about the balance, and it's the peace sign. It's a sign of balance in all things. So, my dears, what we're going to do, your Pluto's in Virgo. Yes, Susanna. So you're a child of the late 50s or 60s. And we've had a very interesting run with Pluto being in Capricorn since 2008. Such as your Pluto is a Virgo. It's an earth sign. You've been going through your Pluto trine. And it's Pluto is one of those transpersonal outer planets, which basically knocks us down to the core, to the most essential piece of anything, And then it has the inherent ability to rebirth, rebuild through death and rebirth. That's the signal and the symbol of Pluto. Okay. Hello, Evelyn. Hello. All right, my friends, we're going to take a look at each and every one of the signs in general. And this is kind of a Reader's Digest. This is just Astrology Light again, but I would recommend that you find where the new moon is and use those ideas of saying, stating, using words, maybe writing in your journal what your manifestation, what your dreams and hopes are, as opposed to simply visualizing. You can visualize too, but it seems to work best when you're working with the air energy to put the words out into the universe. All righty. Good morning, Vixie. Hello, Connie. All right. So for the Aries or the Aries rising, this new moon is operating in your 7th house. And the 7th house has to do with relationships, partners, also clients. You know, we don't often think of the 7th house as a house of clients, but for practitioners, for people who work one-on-one with people, the 7th house is often the clients or the patients that you are working with. So if you're an Aries or Aries rising, this particular energy is activating ways to become more attentive, more proactive to help your clients or your significant others, your BFFs. For Taurus or Taurus rising, the imperative of the new moon is asking you to please take care of yourself. Use inventive ways to enhance your health. Use inventive ways to work smarter, not longer, to take care of your environment in your workplace, and to really nurture yourself differently. All right, so that is about health and about the way you are doing your work. For Gemini or Gemini rising, get out the bring in the clowns, as it were. For Gemini, it's all about fun and games and creativity, a little dash of romance. It's activating your 5th house. So this is an excellent new moon for you to identify what gives you joy and to tap into that little inner child that we all have that wants to come out and play. Do the stuff that gives you joy and freshness in your life. For Cancer or Cancer rising, this particular energy is activating what's called your 4th house, where you stand, your foundation, your home, your family. Perhaps you want to do a deep clean of where you're living. Perhaps for the Cancers, this is a time to build bridges with your family members, to do what it takes to become a lot more responsive to home and family, and be there for them. Okay, it's a very strong energy for nesting. For the Leos or Leo rising, speak your piece, speak your mind, be forceful. It's okay. It's in your 3rd house. If you are blessed with siblings, you might want to do some sort of reconnect with them. I'm going to talk about reconnection in a minute. It's all about the way you're speaking, the way you're reading, the way you're sharing, the way you're marketing yourself, Leo. That is on top and on point for you. For Virgo or Virgo rising, it has to do with your self-esteem, how you are, how you're feeling about yourself, and how you're enhancing your income. So this would be a very good time to visualize or perhaps make a budget for yourself, Virgo, and sit down and say to yourself, I would like X, Y, and Z, even possession-wise, and perhaps I want to develop a strategy or a plan to create more abundance in my life. For Libra or Libra rising, this is all about you. The energy is shining on you. It's like a second birthday for you, Libra, because when the moon is new to your sign, you become a little bit more focused, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more dynamic, especially with that Mars. Of course, you may have been a little anxious as well, Libra. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. It's in your 12th house. This energy is asking you to become a little bit more aware of your dreams, your need for rest. Again, that's the Sabian symbol. Your need to become a little bit more research minded, to go within and take that siesta. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this energy is activating friendship and groups and associations. It's asking you to make those contacts, make those connections in a new way. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, wow, it's in your 10th house of career and responsibility and leadership. So this new moon is essentially saying to you, it's time to become a little bit more astute in how you want to take the reins in your career or the reins perhaps in a community situation. Plus the fact we've got Pluto moving forward, wherever Pluto falls in your chart, that's a separate issue. You're rebuilding, you're recharging, you're redoing. Capricorn, you've been doing that for 2 years. So right now, this particular 4 weeks or so, you're going to become more mindful of how you can become stronger in a leadership position with your career. Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this is all about the way you're communicating yourself and you're marketing your message, communicating and learning and sharing your ideas with others and being very authentic and true and becoming a lot more bold with that Mars, becoming more courageous in how you're communicating. With Pisces or Pisces rising, it's activating the house of joint resources. It's helping you say to yourself, it's time perhaps to negotiate more money. It might be a time for you to become more intimate with your partner. It's all about creating more empowerment for yourself, dear Pisces. All right. Good morning from Australia, Linnell. You too. Hello, Sherry, Susanna. Hello. Hello. Thank you for being here, my friends. Okay. Hi, Ryan. You're a Scorpio. Thank you, Connie, for being here. Hello, hello. Alrighty. Now we are going to do a little sharing here. And okay. These are the people who have shared previously. And I'm going to have a basket here. I'm going to do a little sharing here. Okay. All right. All right. Renee Slowinski is the winner tonight. I don't think Renee's in the room, but Renee is going to receive a Sabian symbol report and a transit report for being a watcher of the cosmic connections. Hello from Connecticut. Hello. Thank you for being here. And I am going to now also remind you a couple more things before we get into the spiritual part of our time together. I'm Agent 56, Cassandra Joan Butler from Buffalo, New York. I've been doing astrology since 1987 publicly, and I've been doing continuous classes on Thursday evenings for about 30 years. Mostly of those 30 years have been in my home. I have a nice home that I've used as a classroom, but now I do Zoom. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a class on the new moon, and wherever you are in the world, you're welcome to join. I would love to see you. That's one thing. And the other thing, I really want to encourage you to join the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. I'm also Agent 56, a proud member of the CIA, and they have a special going on, 20% off of membership. So there's a lot of perks with the CIA. All right. Greetings from Florida, Susie and Ripple. Hello from Victoria, Canada. How this works now, friends, I just simply use my finger and I go through and I pluck names to do a little bit of a reading. And with that reading, if you've never had a spiritual reading, I can maybe connect with someone who's been in spirit, or I might get a psychic touchstone for you, whatever that may be. And there's a wonderfully beautiful connection between using psychic skills and mediumship with astrology. I've been in the middle of a class teaching that for I think it's 4 weeks now. But please understand that it's not mutually exclusive. I know many astrologers will say that they are not, absolutely not psychic, yet when they work with a chart, sometimes the chart talks to them. They receive images. And astrology is a language, if you're new to astrology, that is an anchoring and I think a medium between as above, so below. It's absolutely rich with symbolism. So our dreams are as well. So these are skills, these are gifts that we can all do and all share. And I do believe over the next 6 months or so, culminating on April 12th of 2022, when we have Jupiter conjunct Neptune, there's going to become more of an interest and a need to trust our what I call the right side of the brain, to really acknowledge our intuition. I mean, I'm a great example of it. Tonight, or today, I should say, this afternoon, when I was leaving the house, the little voice inside said, "Bring your other keys." I didn't. I thought, what do I need my other keys for? I have this set of keys, but I was locked out of my house for a bit. Just simple little things like that, to pay attention to that inner dialogue. It's more necessary now in the past year, everything we've gone through with the misalignment, with information being bombarded that's been at times manipulative and at times downright lying in the greater infrastructure. Remember, one of the hallmarks of 2020 and 2021 has been this, what we call a square between the North Node, which is nuggets of information, or the media, and Neptune, which kind of fogs and erodes. It's the smoke and mirrors planet, causing this juxtaposition between facts. So the more we can kind of go within and trust and center ourselves, the better. I did say we'd do a quick little meditation, and I'm going to do the one right now before I get into the spiritual work. So I would ask you, if you would like to join me, feel free. This is about the new moon energy. Take a few deep breaths. Relax your body. Relax your body. Relax. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Relax the feet, the ankles, the knees. Relax, release the hips, lower back, middle back, upper back. Inhale, exhale. Allow the energy to relax with every breath you take. The arms and fingers, the neck, eyes, ears, nose, scalp. Imagine, if you would, friends, a beautiful teeter-totter in your mind's eye. A teeter-totter, an old-fashioned teeter-totter, the type you may have played on as a child. And you're on one end, and you're on the ground, and you're holding on to things in your life that you knew you need to do, the things in your life you need to do, perhaps work or caretake, maintain your home, your possessions, maintain yourself, your mind. On the other end of that teeter-totter, place the things that you need to attract into your life to bring you balance. It could be more joy, more travel, more free time, more spiritual time, more exercise, more social time, more joy. And as you imagine this teeter-totter, find yourself bringing yourself into balance with the things you must do, with the things you need to attract into your life right now. Inhale, exhale. Excellent. And bring yourself back into the room. And now we're going to do our little spiritual exercises. Alrighty. How I find the person I want to read for is that I just see your comments here. Donna Lynn just mentioned something. She learned a hard lesson last month from not listening to her intuition. Never again. Good comment, Donna Lynn. All right, my dear friends. So, dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and for the best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. And I'm just going to let my finger do the walking. And okay. Whoops. Connecticut. Annually Roman. Hello, may I come to you? May I come to you, my dear? Hello, hello. Is Annually still with us? Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Susie. Okay, Annually may not be in here yet. Hi, Kenny. So I'm just going to pick another person. And if you'd like a read, just let me know. Okay. And Mary Trevino, I'd like to come to you. All right. Thank you for that comment, Alexis. That's so nice that your massive headache is gone. All right. So I picked you randomly, Miss Mary. So I'd like to come into your energy, please. Okay. And thank you for saying you'd like to have one that I know. And then when I have my fingers do the walking, I'll be able to connect with you all. All right. So, Mary, as I am tuning into your energy, I'm very, very aware of, I don't know if you like to garden. I mean, I don't know if you know where you're from. This might, if you're down under, you might be starting. No, I don't believe you are. I think but I'm seeing grasses and starting seedlings and a sense of new nurturing of new shoots. You might be doing some cuttings or something like this. This is real. I'll say this is more of a metaphor for you, Mary. The idea of nurturing something new in your life that is of the plant kingdom. And then I instantly got an image of an aquarium for fish. And the idea of interacting with the natural world is very, very important to you. Not just cats and dogs, but using these other avenues to bring life here and within your home. Mary, I'm going to share with you what I'm also picking up with someone from spirit, and this feels to me like a very paternal figure. If it's not your father, it was a father-like figure to you. He wants to give you a message about how you are so talented at interacting with the world, with fixing things, much to his admiration and pride. because there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in your surrounding environment, in your home. And he's wanting you to know that he's reminding you of not trying to be too overwhelmed. He's kind of giving you a push and acknowledgement that you can handle the tasks at hand, because they're quite huge. All the things that you have to overcome to have a little bit more, and feel free to give me some comments on this, Mary, to have more balance and beauty within your own home. It just feels as if a lot of things are on your shoulders because you're the only person who can do what needs to be done. That makes sense. Okay. And this paternal figure, whether this be father or his father, he's one of those wise, old men type of energies. The archetype of the wise old man is sitting there and sitting back, and maybe he's showing me a pipe. I think he was like puffing out a pipe at some point in his life. And he was the person that people would feel comfortable with getting information from and going to, but he wouldn't volunteer it unless asked. He would give people the respect of not telling someone what to do. All right. And when he was doing this throughout the course of his life, he's saying that you have that attribute as well. You know more than you're willing to share with people, but you know that annoys people if you overstep your boundaries and tell them what's up and tell them what's really going on in the world. And he's also mentioning there's been an encounter that you have suffered through with someone close to you. I think I'm pulling in the past 4 weeks ago that, it got a little heated. And this is someone you care about, could be a family member or a best friend. And it's like, it's relative to what's going on in the outer narrative of the world that we all share. And you had an opinion, and it was stoutly denied or argued with this other person. And this paternal father figure is laughing about it and saying, see, people are going to see what they want to see when they want to see it. So I hope that makes sense, Mary. And I want to leave you with God's blessings and know that this wonderful figure is a stabilizing force, even though he's not on this plane anymore. He's very much with you. All righty. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Pick another person. And okay. I picked Mary again, but I can't do that because Mary had so many comments. All right. So, all right. Whoops. Linda Rainey. Linda Rainey. Okay. I'd like to come to you, Linda, if you're still here. All right. Linda Rainey, Linda Rainey, Linda Rainey. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Linda Rainey, Linda Rainey, Linda Rainey. Okay, Linda, fabulous. Okay, Linda. As I'm connecting with your energy, dear God, please allow me to serve Linda. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for her highest and best. As we align ourselves to the Holy Spirit, amen. Linda, I'm feeling a quickening with you. It's as if that you have either finished a course of learning or are in taking classes or doing something new that is distinctly connected with spiritual growth. And it's an add-on. In other words, it's you still have, I want to say, the faith of your fathers, whatever that might mean to you, your original sense of faith, but you're doing these add-ons and you're incorporating and integrating different spiritual points of view, and you're finding peace within the multiplicity of different beliefs, and you're making it work for yourself. And I want to say that as I'm tuning into your spiritual connection, this is fine and this is great. And not everybody would agree with what you're doing, But what you're doing, it's coming from a pure heart, and it's very exciting for you. And I want to acknowledge that, okay, this would be, I want to go way back to when you were a child. This may have been either a teacher or a beloved aunt who would take you maybe to religious services or something like this. She is in spirit. She almost has this sense of biblical ownership is the word that comes to mind, Linda. Okay, and so Linda's there. She is. She had this sense of, she had some orthodoxy with her, but she's smiling upon you, incorporating different points of view, but you still have the faith of a child. And what she's saying is that you don't have to feel guilty, is the word that comes to mind. And I don't know if you have something of hers. I'm feeling like a kind of an old fashioned pendant, or it's circular. It does not have a chain attached to it. It might be a brooch. And she's saying that will help you connect with her. You might not wear it anymore. It might be in some drawer in some box somewhere, but I hope you can relate with this. So as she's saying this to you, Linda, she's encouraging you to keep up with the integrating of this multiplicity of ideas and to feel that peace. It feels like you went through a very tough time right before the V hit. So 2019, 2018 was a time of loss and difficulty and losing confidence in yourself. But in the past 2 years, you've regained a lot of your own spiritual core. And now as you're going forward, that's your grandmother. Okay, thank you. And I get that brooch, or that pretty little circular thing, sweetie, that is a touchstone for her to you. And again, she had a very different point of view if she was still alive, but you're opening up like this flower and adding on different points of view, spiritual points of view. It also feels like, I don't know if you have, I don't know anything about you, but I'm seeing, I don't know if it's a teenage young man around you. I don't know if this is a son or a grandson. He's very, ready to rock and roll. And however, because we're in the land of V and V, it's difficult for him, and it's difficult for you as a parent to try to advise if indeed this is a son, or it could be a nephew. The point I'm trying to say, there's some worry or concern about him. He will find his way, and to use the prayer that you are most comfortable with to help him help himself, and to embolden his choices with confidence. And there's one more thing. I don't know if you're planning a trip, but there's been some shifting of plans. So, of course, Mercury retrograde, but you're planning to do something or take this trip to take this other course or something, and you had to readjust things, but it will all turn out for the best when it's supposed to come together for you. Oh, it's your grandson. Okay, thank you, Linda. I just closed my eyes. I get all this information. But regarding your grandson, he will find his way, sweetie. But keep the lines of communication open with him, even if you have to just say, hey, honey, I just baked a new pile of cookies for you, because he loves to eat. To keep the connection and to keep the rhetoric low, and the prayer and the positive intention high on him. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. All right. So, my dear friends, we are at time tonight, and I'm so glad you joined me tonight. Consider checking out my website, Cassandra Joan Butler. Consider becoming a member of the CIA. But most importantly, make your intentions tonight. Use words. Get fired up. Mars is helping us identify what needs to be done. New moons are precious times of new beginnings. So I wish a beautiful new moon for you, and move forward. Be feisty, be free, and we'll see you next week, I hope. Thanks for being here. Good night.